Hello students, in science today we will start our next chapter. I hope you complete our previous chapter, that is sound, all the NCRT question answers, workbook also. If you have any doubt in that chapter, then you can message me or you can call on my number. Okay. Now we will start our next chapter, that is materials, metals and non-metals. It's chapter number 4, and you all have to read your textbook first. In this chapter, the topics to be covered, that is introduction, metals, physical properties of metals. Then we will start the non-metals, and then we will discuss about the physical properties of the non-metals. Then chemical properties of the both metals as well as of the non-metals, and then when we will conclude the chapter by discussing uses of metals and non-metals. Now, today, our first topic or first question that comes to our mind is why we study metals. It's very important question. Why we are going to study this about the metals and non-metals. So, I put some pictures here. Collect some pictures. Like the first is these metallic utensils. Metallic utensils we are using in our kitchen, and all are made up of metals. By using metals, we are using jewelry. You see at home, your mother, your sister, or sometime your father or your brother also wearing some rings or some other ornaments, other jewelry. They are made up of metals like gold, silver. You see the hammer, the first this part of hammer is made up of a metal, that is iron. You see usually at homes or some carpenter or some hardware shops, the nails made up of iron. You see the policeman that is carrying this gun made up of metals. You see the fencing around the parks or some fields made up of uh, aluminium wire. At home, you see some aluminium almiras or iron almiras, that is again made up of metal. Some vehicles like car, truck, buses, your cycle or motorcycle are made up. Their parts are made up of the some metals. You see the wires of the wires that carrying the electricity to your home. They are also made up of the metals. They are of the made up from the copper wire or aluminum wire or sometimes iron wires. So after this is the common metals. The common metals like gold, silver, copper, zinc, aluminium, iron, magnesium, potassium, calcium, nickel, cobalt. These are the some common metals which we are using or which we can see in our day-to-day life. Iron, this type of this is a yellowish or a shiny surface. Silver is like this, or copper. This is zinc. Aluminium, you say aluminium foil at home also. Iron, some metal plates, iron plates, you see magnesium, potassium, different like cobalt. This is nickel and this is cobalt. So different metals you observe at your home in your day-to-day life. So these are the some common metals what we are using in our daily life. So you must be aware about the colors or these common metals. Now our next question is, what are the metals? So substances which are electropositive. The substances which are electropositive. This is a very important word here, electropositive. So substances which are electropositive in nature, that is they have tendency to lose electrons. The substances which are electropositive are known as the metals. Meaning of the electropositive here, all the materials are all the matter are made up of atom, and inside the atom there are the three different particles. You must aware about these three particles. One is electron. These here these three particles are electron, and inside this is called the nucleus. Inside the nucleus there are the proton and neutron. These electrons are revolve around the nucleus, and these metals have the tendency to lose the electrons. Means this electron can easily come out from its orbit, from its path. So only this tendency to lose the electrons, that is capable, means metals are only capable to lose the electrons, so that's why they are known as the electropositive. And that's why, because metals are only electropositive, that's why, mean this type of substances which have the electropositive nature are known as the metals. So you remember, uh, by keeping in mind the means metals or the substances which can lose the electron are known as the metals. Let me discuss about now about the physical properties of the metals, and by start we can start this by from the metallic luster. So first physical property of the metal is metallic luster. You see the jewelry, the wear by wearing by the your mother, your sisters, that is have a shiny surface. Means they are made up of the gold, and all the metals in their pure state they have a shiny surface. Like this is the silver, and silver has a shiny surface. Gold has a shining surface. When we talk about the luster means the metals have a shining surface. Luster means the shining surface, and all the metals generally have the shining surface. Physical properties of the metals. The next is the hardness. Generally all the metals are hard. The hardness varies from the metal to metal. As you can see the picture here, this is the metal, and if you try to cut the metal with a knife, then you are not able to cut this metal. So because these metals are generally hard. So all the metals are generally hard except some metals like sodium. Sodium is a metal which is very soft metal. So sodium and potassium are the two metals which are very soft metals, and can be cut. They can be cut with the help of knife. But other than these two metals, sodium and potassium, metals cannot be cut with the help of knife, because they are hard. And because metals are hard, that's why they can be utilized into the different appliances. Like we can use the metals to made up of our vehicles, like cycle, motorbike, our buses, trucks, or like aeroplanes also. So because metals are hard, so that's why they can be utilized to utilize into the different objects. So next physical property of the metal is the malleability. The meaning of the word malleability is metals can be converted into thin sheets. Some metals can be beaten into thin sheets. This property is called the malleability. So malleability means the metals can be converted into the thin sheets. As you aware about the or you are using this aluminum foil to wrap your food, your lunch. So this this aluminum foil is nothing but the metal sheet, or it is converted this sheet is converted from the aluminum metal by beating it. So metals can be converted into thin sheets. You see this is the iron plate, and this iron plate can be means is a sheet that converted from the iron. And you also see bowl this type of bowl, these are made up of aluminum. So all these sheets are uh, we are made from the metals. And gold and silver, if we talk about the gold and silver, they are the most malleable metals. You see, the jewelry is made up of gold or silver, and very you see very fine designs, or very minute designs are made from these gold and silver, because they are the most malleable metals. Our next property of the physical property of the metals is ductility. Ductility means the metals can be converted into thin wires. The ability of metals to be drawn into thin wire is called the ductility. So ductility is a property of the metals by which they can be drawn into along thin wires. As you see, as we are using the copper wires for the electricity to electricity purposes at home. Iron wires we are also using, or aluminum wire for fencing also we are using. So you see, the here is the, I show a picture here. This is the picture of the fencing, and the wire is made up of the aluminum. So these metals can be drawn into wires. And gold is the most ductile metal, and you will be surprised to know about when means 1 gram of the gold, 1 gram of gold can be converted into 1 kilometer long, 1 kilometer long wire. It is very interesting that one only 1 gram of gold can be converted into 1 kilogram long wire. So this is all about the ductility property of the metals. The next property of the metals is good conductors of heat. Metals generally, all the metals are good conductors of heat. You see, all the utensils at in your kitchen are they are made from the metals like aluminium, iron. You see the that is made up from the copper, because they can conduct the heat. Means when they put on the stove, burning stove, then they can be transfer the heat to the food stuff. You see this type of pictures in the kitchen. Usually the heat from the stove, burning stove, is transferred to the food stuff, and the food is cooked easily. So all the metals are the good conductors of heat. Thank you.